2017 paper 2 question 8 was a long question. Okay, the part A isn't of interest to us here, a Z-score kind of question, but the part B was a tree diagram question all about rainfall in Galway. A lot of text here. People didn't like the amount of text in this, the amount of words. You really, in these cases, you gotta read it a few times. In Galway, rain falls in the morning on 1/3 of the school days in the year. When it's raining, the probability of heavy traffic is a half. So rain falls on 1/3 of the mornings. And when it rains, the probability of heavy traffic is a half. When it's not raining, so not raining, maybe we do a different color for that. When it's not raining, the probability of heavy traffic is only a quarter. When it's raining and there is heavy traffic, so we're on to another little kind of bit of it. When it's raining and there is heavy traffic, the probability of being late for school is a half. When it's not raining and there is no heavy traffic, the probability of being late for school is 1/8. Now, as I said, you might want to read that a few times inside the exam. When it's not raining, no heavy traffic, the probability of being late for school is 1/8. In any other situation, the probability of being late for school is 1/5. Some of the information is shown in the tree diagram below. Write the probability associated with each branch of the tree diagram and the probability of each outcome into the blank boxes provided. Give your answer in the form of A over B, where A and B are elements of the natural numbers. Okay, random school day in Galway. So the probability that it rains is 1/3. So we can tell, I'm hoping, what the probability is that it would not rain. So in this case, I know all the information is clicking up together there, but if I just focus on the ones I'm highlighting, if the probability that it rains on any given day is 1/3, the probability that it does not rain would be 2/3, because it's one of those, there's only those binary scenarios, it rains or it doesn't rain. A bit of drizzle doesn't come into it. Okay, if it does rain, the probability of having heavy traffic is a half. So the probability of not having heavy traffic is also a half. Okay, so like we didn't have that bit of information at the start, but the probability of not having heavy traffic is a half. So if I go back to my top one, the probability of it raining is 1/3. If it does rain, the probability of having heavy traffic is a half. And if it rains and there's heavy traffic, the probability of being late is a half. The probability of not being late in that scenario would be a half. So if I want to work out the probability of being late and heavy traffic and it raining, I multiply 1/3 times a half, and I believe that would be 1/12. If I want to work out the probability that it rained, there was heavy traffic, but I was not late, well, that actually, the numbers are exactly the same, so it's 1/12 there as well. Again, if I just go back here for a second, when we're working out, so if I want to work out this part here, well, I can work this out without ever filling in any of the other boxes, because it's only coming down to if there was no heavy traffic and a situation where it rained, the probability of being late would be 1/5, so the probability of not being late would be 4/5. We've already figured out that this part here would be a half. So if I change pen color here and say, okay, the probability that it rains, there's not heavy traffic, but you're still managed to be late, 1/3 times a half times 1/5, so that's going to be 1/30, isn't it? The probability that it rains, there's no heavy traffic, but you're not late, well, that's 4/30, which obviously be 2/15. Okay, and remember again, you're just working your way down through the branches. Then down below, a dry day in Galway, the probability is 2/3. So no rain. In that scenario, again, we go back to here, this was the information we had. The probability of being heavy traffic is 1/4. And if there is heavy traffic, the probability of being late is 1/5. Is 1/5. So we're told that the probability in the situations other than the first one and the last one, we're told that the probability would be 1/5 if there was heavy traffic. So when we multiply 2/3 times 1/4 times 1/5, well, what are we going to get? I could change that to, well, 2/3 times 1/4 will be 1/6. I think this is going to be 1/30 as well. I hope I have my numbers right. So then this guy there would be 4/30 again. And again, that would simplify down to 2/15. And last but not least, we're in our bottom row. So not raining, no heavy traffic, but you're still late. I don't know what happened to you that day that you still managed to be late. 2/3 times 3/4, that would be 1/2, and 1/2 times 1/8 would be 1/16. And then if I go down to no rain, no heavy traffic, not late, we're going to have 7/16. And those are going to be all my scenarios. So let me just go through the maths of it again for you. I hope I had it all right. So when we do all our multiplication now, so that, remember the 1/30 becomes 2/15, and those are all my scenarios. Now I know I could double check by adding them all up together, all of these together. Hopefully you'll remember must be equal to 1. On a random school day, find the probability of being late for school. So we can see there's 4 different possibilities for being late, depending on, did it rain, was there heavy traffic. When we add the 4 of these guys up together, we get 1/12 plus 1/30 plus 1/30 plus 1/30 plus 1/16. We get 17/80. So the probability of being late is equal to 17/80. And then it says, on a random day, Galway, find the probability that it rained in the morning, given that you were late for school. So the probability that it rained, given that you were late, is equal to the probability that it rained and you were late divided by the probability that you were late. So the probability that it rained and you were late, well, okay, rained and you were late, that is going to be your 1/12 plus your 1/30. Okay, so the ones that are highlighted here, so the 1/12 and the 1/30. So when you add those together, you get 7/60. So the probability that it rained, given that you're late, is the probability that it rained and you were late divided by the probability that you were late. And when you simplify it all down, you get 28/51. And that was for 10 marks. So that last part was one that people struggled with. You might want to watch the video back and try the whole question again. And sometimes this is one that takes a few goes at before it really clicks for you.